Cabinet collapse, power reset, a 25% approval rating. As Marcos scrambles to hold on, has the Duterte bloc quietly seized control of the future? Stay with us. What's unfolding may change the game ahead of 2028. In a dramatic move, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has ordered every single cabinet secretary to resign. He calls it a bold reset, but insiders and analysts see something else, a desperate response to electoral defeat and a rising Duterte resurgence. The message was clear: perform or pack up. Marcos says this is about alignment and urgency. But critics ask, alignment with whom? Let's rewind. The 2025 midterms were seen as a de facto showdown between President Marcos and his estranged Vice President Sara Duterte. And when the dust settled, the Duterte bloc overperformed. 7 Senate allies now carry the Duterte brand into the upper chamber, bringing not just votes but undeniable political weight. Vice President Duterte, still facing impeachment threats, now leads the most popular wing of government, with a 59% approval rating, more than double Marcos's 25%. And what triggered that plunge in popularity? Analysts point to the ICC arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte, carried out with apparent coordination between Marcos's camp and Interpol. For many Filipinos, this wasn't justice, it was betrayal. But it's not just politics, it's the economy too. Towering above all issues is the cost of living crisis. Despite claims that inflation remains within target, everyday Filipinos aren't feeling relief. Prices are still biting, livelihoods are still strained. And that pain is being blamed directly on Malacanang. Critics argue Marcos has failed to rein in economic pressures, fueling public disillusionment that no cabinet reset alone can solve. The public, it seems, has spoken, through both protests and the ballot box. And here's where things get even more complex. As Marcos reshuffles his cabinet, legal experts are watching closely. Is this a purge of dissent, or a repositioning before the Duterte camp consolidates further power? With Rodrigo Duterte winning a mayoral post from ICC detention and his legal team pushing for an oath of office, the pressure on Malacanang is immense. Some constitutional lawyers now warn, if Marcos blocks the former president's oath, it could trigger legal challenges. Not just from supporters, but from local government entities invoking the will of the voters. So we must ask, is this cabinet reshuffle a genuine reform, or a power play to contain the Duterte wave? Will the legal system support Duterte's right to govern from detention, or will international pressure overrule local sovereignty? The answers are anything but clear. But the stakes, they've never been higher. The Philippines stands at a political crossroads. One leader resets, another rises from behind bars, and in the shadows, a family once vilified is being revalidated, by ballots, by loyalty, and by sheer political survival. What happens next could shape 2028 and redefine power in this nation. I'm Becky Wilcox, and this is Insight News TV. For in-depth reporting, full analysis on the Duterte bloc's post-election strategy, the implications of Marcos's cabinet purge, and the battle to win back the public's trust, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments below.